I welcome you all for this Indian polity constitution class. In the last class, I promised that I will take up Article 44, especially to know the background of Uniform Civil Code. As you know, what is meant by law? Law is nothing but a body of rules made by the legislature, normally at the initiative of the executive. There are broadly three kinds of laws. What are they? Number one, criminal law. Number two, civil law. Number three, personal law. These are all the three kinds of laws: criminal law, civil law, and personal law. Let us say Mr. A has committed a murder. Whether he is a Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Sikh or Parsi, everyone, irrespective of his religion, he is tried by the procedure given in CRPC 1973, Indian Penal Code, and the Indian Evidence Act. This is a common criminal law applicable to all persons irrespective of the religion. In other words, criminal law governs everyone in the country. Very simple. On the other hand, let us assume there is a dispute with regard to the ancestral property between two brothers. This dispute is to be settled on the basis of the Civil Procedure Code or Transfer of Property Act, etc. So there is a civil law. 99% it is a common law. Again, another example. Let us say Mr. A marries Miss A, and both are Hindus. They are governed by Hindu Marriage Act 1955, and their divorce, if any, also resolved through Hindu Marriage Act. Similarly, they have a separate Hindu Adoption Act, Hindu Succession Act. In the same way, each religious community has a separate law with regard to marriage, divorce, adoption, succession, maintenance, etc. These laws are called personal law. Remember, it is not a civil law. These are all personal laws. They cannot be called as civil law, they are personal laws. Why? It governs their personal faith. So these are all the three kinds of law. Therefore, the attempt of Article 44 in Directive Principles of State Policy, Part 4, is to have a common personal law for all persons, irrespective of their religion. It is an unfulfilled dream of the founding fathers of our Constitution, especially of Dr. Ambedkar and Jawaharlal Nehru. This was not included in the fundamental rights because the atmosphere immediately after independence was very tense due to partition, which resulted in communal violence and mass killings of both Hindus and Muslims, running to lakhs, not thousands. However, Uniform Civil Code was incorporated in Directive Principles of State Policy under Article 44. Remember, under Article 44, Uniform Civil Code in Directive Principles of State Policy. Even though Uniform Civil Code as directive principle is non-justiciable, Goa happens to be the only state and first state in India which has a common family law. Remember, common family law. When we deal with the Uniform Civil Code in Article 44, we should know about a very famous case of Shah Banu Begum versus Muhammad Ahmad Khan, M.A. Khan. This was a case of 1985. The case is very simple. Shah Banu was married to a very famous lawyer of Indore, M.A. Khan, in 1932. Remember? In 1932. They had 5 children. 5 children. In the meanwhile, Mr. Khan had another marriage. As you know, under Muslim law, the member of the community can have up to 4 wives. In 1975, Mr. Khan drove away, expelled Shah Banu from his house. She fought with Khan, and finally in 1978, Mr. Khan gave triple talaq, which is an irrevocable divorce. Shah Banu was old, illiterate, and extremely poor. She approached Mr. Khan for maintenance. Under Muslim Marriage Act, remember, there is no provision for any maintenance. Khan refused to pay any maintenance even though he had resources, primarily because the payment of maintenance was, according to him, un-Islamic. Un-Islamic. Underline, it is un-Islamic, against the principles of Islam. Accordingly, Shah Banu went to a lawyer, and on his advice, she filed a petition in Indore Metropolitan Magistrate Court under Section 125 of CRPC 1973 for maintenance. The trial court ordered a maintenance amount of rupees 25 per month. Remember, 25 per month. Mr. Khan refused to pay, and he went to the Madhya Pradesh High Court on appeal against the orders of the trial court of asking him to pay rupees 25 per month. Madhya Pradesh High Court not only upheld the orders of the lower court, but also enhanced the maintenance amount to rupees 179 per month. Remember, enhanced the amount of maintenance from rupees 25 to 179 per month. Dissatisfied with the High Court decision, Khan filed an appeal before the Supreme Court, which was later on famously known as Shah Banu case. This case was referred to the Constitutional Bench, consisting of 5 judges. 5 judges. The Supreme Court bench, headed by then Chief Justice of India, Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, in his historic decision on 23rd April 1985, understand the date, 23rd April 1985. This 23rd April is always very famous. Why? 23rd April 1973, Kesavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala decision. 23rd April 1985, Shah Banu decision. So the Chief Justice headed bench gave orders for maintenance, upheld the orders of the High Court, and enhanced the maintenance amount to Shah Banu under Section 125 of CRPC. Then come, this is a very far-reaching decision. Remember, this is the milestone to impress upon the Government of India for implementing Uniform Civil Code. Not only that, people woke up to the rights of women, especially of Muslim women. Now it has become political issue. There was lot of horror, agitation, dissatisfaction among the Muslim group, dissatisfaction among the members of parliament, and Rajiv Gandhi government, then Rajiv Gandhi government brought out a law called Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1986. Under this law, the maintenance amount is payable only for 3 months. That is for the period of Iddad. What is known as Iddad, that is 3 menstrual period. What is Iddad? Iddad is an Arabic term, remember, which means the period of waiting, and is observed by Muslim women. It is a period of chastity which a Muslim woman is bound to observe after dissolution of marriage, either due to the death of the husband or due to divorce, before she remarries. Normally, the divorced woman observes 3 months, while a woman whose husband has died observes the period as 4 lunar months plus 10 days after the death of her husband. The maintenance amount is given only for 3 months. Remember, the section 125 of the section 125 of CRPC 1973 is historic. Any wife who cannot maintain, who has been divorced till her remarriage, remember, and the husband, the former husband, see, wife is always a wife. Wife is a wife, always, till she remarries. So the divorced husband is bound to maintain her. 2 conditions: he should have resources, and the divorced wife has no resources. These 2 conditions are to be satisfied. In that case, the responsibility to maintain the divorced wife lies on the husband. Not only wife, children below 18 years, if they have no independent resources, and if father has resources, it is his duty to maintain them. Not only that, whether the children are legitimate or illegitimate. Similarly, for mother, his mother and father, it is his bounden duty. If he has resources and father and mother have no resources, then in that case, the responsibility to maintain the parents lies on him. Many people do not know. It is your duty to propagate this message to those who neglect their parents, those who neglect their wife, those who neglect their children, so that they woke up and approach the court under section 125 of the CRPC. Thereupon, the court has to order maintenance. Court has to order maintenance. Only 2 conditions. The husband or father should have the resources, and the person, the wife or the children or father and mother do not have the resources. Maintenance amount. So the maintenance amount will be decided by the trial court and orders will be issued. So this is very important for everyone to know. It is not only for the civil service aspirants, but also every person should know section 125 of CRPC, which makes the husband responsible for the maintenance of the wife, because wife is always a wife, whether she is divorced or not. So this is the very important topic, remember.